Okay, let's test the sound first. Okay, let's test. Okay, there is sound, so we can start. So my name is Hightech, of course, and I am the creator of Hightech Meme Coin. Here is the mint address of that meme coin. And on these live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency space. What do I think about it regarding 11 years of my experience already? So yeah, let's start. And of course, somewhere in between the lines, I talk about high tech, what it is, and why you might be interested. Okay, let's switch over to what we are having here. I don't know what has happened here. It's connecting, connecting, connecting. All of it should be already connected, and I think it is connected. But here it was not showing it. Okay, yeah, indeed. If you guys have any questions, of course, ask me in the live chat or just say hi. If you just say hi, that's fair enough. Highly encourage you to communicate, to let me know that you're on the other side. And yeah, these days, as you see, I live stream especially frequently, and it's going to stay like that. Probably, probably for quite some time. Because I must force them that damn YouTube. I know you probably watch me on another platform, on other platform than YouTube, but YouTube is the biggest player when it comes to live streaming, the biggest platform. They have the biggest reach, so of course I care the most about YouTube for now. Unless until I don't explode on in popularity on any other of the platforms I live stream to. So yeah, so that's a thing to notice, right? Recently, that I'm way more active, and that should be very interesting for for investors in my meme coin, because this is indirectly the stock of my social media. And so the more popularity I gain, the more work I put into gaining popularity, the more popularity I gain, and the more popularity I gain, the more it will be reflected here. So if it sounds like a fun idea, then you can find the link to liquidity pool of this meme coin in the description section of this live stream. If you watch it on YouTube or Rumble, if you watch it on if you watch it on Twitch and Kick too, I think. And if you watch it on X, then just go to my bio and copy paste the mint address. You'll have it there in text form, and just go to Radium and Radium Exchange, which is a Solana DEX, and it will be very easy to get to the right place. So yeah, let's talk about the developments, recent developments in the crypto market. So one thing, one thing that is interesting, although it may not sound like it's related to crypto market, because here, as you see, we have SPYX on the screen, which is tokenized version of SPY Trust Fund, so TradFi, but on blockchain. So both worlds in one place. And SPY reflects S&P 500. It literally mimics what S&P 500 does, because it's composed of the same stocks. And as you see, we are having a recovery here, right? So it's Sunday today. Saturday was nicely green, and Sunday we are continuing with that trend. We already went above the most significant level of resistance, which was this one, and we are on our way back home. So that's a very good sign. I mean, I know the liquidity on this market is like, I don't know, 1/100th of a percent of what the real liquidity of SPY is. Nonetheless, for whatever reason, recent weeks, whenever this one indicates that on weekends that things are getting better, then on Monday they get better. They get better, right? So that's why I pay attention. It's kind of a look into TradFi during the weekend time when TradFi does not trade. And like I said, in recent months it has been working quite well. And yeah, and as you see, the nature is healing. Nature is healing, and the Friday is getting all of the bad that was happening on Friday is brought back. So for now, of course, we still have a huge remaining part of the day to happen. So we'll see, how it is going to roll out into later hours. But so far, so good. So far, it's looking quite good. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so, or follow if you watch it on my X profile, of course. Don't forget to do that, just so so you don't lose me, right? If you like this format, if I don't know, if you sympathize with I don't know, my personality, my character, the way I explain things here, then don't forget to give me a follow or subscribe. So that's one good sign. Another good sign is how Bitcoin is behaving on smaller time frames. Right now, we still have not taken out this low here, marked by candle bodies on 15-minute time frame. So that's a good sign, and it looks like for now we are having a reversal, right? Because we were just trending down with small bounces, but marking lower highs and lower lows, and right now it reversed, right? So that's a good sign too. I mean, although it's not, this time frame does not carry much power, it does not carry much significance, but every large move first starts on small time frames, right? If it's reversal, if it's a dump, if it's a pump, all of it first starts on smaller time frames. So that is why if you're lucky enough, you will spot it early on one of those. 15 minutes, I think, is the first reasonable time frame from those small ones. On even smaller time frames, the randomness is way off the charts. But 15 minutes, I mean, I trade on 15 minutes for years already, so I feel qualified to speak about it. So yeah, it's giving a little bit of hope that this dump is over. Although, pointing out to what I recorded several hours ago about what Meet Kevin was reporting. He was talking about info coming from Bank of America that retail participation in stock market was record high, historically record high, record breaking. And that would indicate at least the stock market is highly saturated, and markets move from low saturation point to high saturation point. That's actually the only force that dictates the market or markets what to do. Not news, not anything else. Only those two states. States of states of saturation, right? So that's right now that's contradictory to what has happened in the crypto space, because crypto space is definitely at low saturation point at this moment after a dump we just saw. Is definitely at a very low saturation point. So my question is how the crypto market will react to a bad dumpage of stocks in traditional market. Are we going to see further further penetrations of price penetrations to lower levels? I have a little bit hard time believing it because many coins they went literally minus 99%, right? So the problem in that area, expecting even lower levels is, I mean, who is going to sell it? Because most of the guys, most of the people that just got loaded up, at those drops, they are long-term investors, right? They have long-term long-term market outlook, and they are not going to be selling anytime soon. It makes literally zero sense to someone who has, their shot together, right? And they can wait, and they can wait for it to turn into literally millions of dollars, right? If some of you got lucky enough, some of the people got lucky enough, and literally bought it at minus 99% discount. That's a reasonable thing to do, to let it sit, let it wait for a bit. So yeah, that's my problem. That's my problem now. Of course, many of those coins have recovered quite nicely. Some of them are even like literally back to, where they were before it all happened. But that's an indication. In my eyes, that's the indication. Uh, those, I mean, there is quite a sizable percentage of coins that reached so low price evaluations that they are literally rock bottom. Literally rock bottom. So that means right now the only thing that remains is a little bit a short period of a cool off, and then we should be off to the races. So yeah, I mean the if TradFi collapses, if TradFi experiences strong outflows, strong sell-offs, I don't think we will see drops this big anymore. To be honest, I mean we probably will see a little bit of pullbacks, but those will be already looking organic, looking natural. So nothing really to worry about. I mean, it would be a perfect scenario if market dropped another 50% from here. I mean, from my standpoint, because I'm out of the market right now, and the lower it goes, the easier it is for it to rally later on. Shortly after, like a week or 2 or 3 weeks after, to gather enough of steam necessary to like hundreds of percents of rallies here and there is simply easy for that market because it shrinks, so it needs much less steam, right? Much less gasoline, combustion. Uh, but but I'm not going to be hoping for second Christmas season, or actually third Christmas season, because the real one hasn't arrived yet. So we had an early, or actually second early Christmas season. We already got one. We already have got one. So I'm not going to count on second one. So that's why I personally I believe that either crypto is not going to be vulnerable to what TradFi, what will happen to TradFi, what is about to happen to TradFi if we are up for any larger corrections there, or it will either completely ignore what is happening in TradFi, or the reaction will be very mild, very, very mild. And then we are off to the races. I don't see any literally any other possibility as of now, because that is literally what the crypto market mechanics mandates. In order to suppress the price, somebody must to possess the asset, must to be must to own the asset and must dump it on the market, right? Of course, you can buy it OTC, and I don't know, open shorts and then dump it on high leverage and then dump it on the market, and that's the way you earn money. This is how it happened this time. Market makers opened shorts. They already had accumulated asset themselves on their balance sheets, and they just started to heavily dump it, and they earned multiple more money than what they dumped. But they already dumped it, so OTC markets are probably completely, swept, wiped clean. So how they are going to dump it again? I mean, that at least will take some time before they reaccumulate enough of capital, right? And at evaluations this low, even if they are planning to do that, they will not be able to go around and not make any pumps in this market. It's just mathematically it is not possible. Not from levels this low. It is mathematically impossible. Especially that the derivatives market is having a holidays starting from since Friday, right? It's literally having holidays. So yeah. In my humble opinion, we are going to see a little bit of a cool off. It could be from days to at most couple of weeks, and then we will see aggressive growth. Something that probably nobody expects by now. Let's take a look at market sentiment. I bet it's not in the best shape. 31, so we are in fear. Actually, yeah, we are in fear and approaching even extreme fear. And this fear and greed index is actually quite conservative. So if we go to alternative.io, that will probably gets us much more aggressive read. Let me see. It's working. Everything's working. Yeah. Okay. Crypto fear and greed index. Let me see. Not .io. It was .me. I know. I know why in my mind it was .io, but I haven't visited it for such a long time. That's why. Okay, on .me it's extreme fear already. Yeah, because this one is much more vivid. It reacts much more aggressively to whatever happens in the market. That's why I don't like it, because it just goes way. The way it works is just too fast to my taste. So yeah, so here we are in extreme fear, you see. So that's why that favorites greatly a rebound, a strong rebound, waiting around the corner. I also do not believe it's going to happen like immediately. I don't know, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because I think enough of people got burned. And it will be a little bit too fast. Enough people got burnt, and it will be a little bit too fast to make it makes sense from the side of market makers, because first of all, understand me well. The pumps we are about to see are not will not be caused by retail. They never caused by retail. They are always caused by market makers. But it must make sense, right? They must do it in a manner that makes sense from a human psychology standpoint. So they cannot be cutting off hands and later hugging everybody. They must cut off hands, let it heal for a little bit. Maybe forget to some in some cases to forget about it, and then present this space as something that should be worth of their interest, right? So that will take at least few days. I mean, people have a memory of a goldfish, of course, so they forget very very quickly. But even in this case, it's going to take like I don't know, few days to, let's say, I don't know, couple of weeks, something like that. So it's not going to be happening immediately. That's my opinion on the topic. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at liquidation levels. How it's are actually, since we have this one on the screen right now. So let me examine how this one is rolling out. Don't think it's okay. All right, so here as you see, most of liquidity is sitting above all-time high. Beneath there is practically zero, practically nothing. So that strongly suggests we should go for that liquidity. And since it makes literally zero sense to end the cycle right now this year, it makes zero sense to end the cycle this year because of what things are coming. Bitcoin reserve narrative becomes more and more popular. I mean, even this dip should spark more confidence in the meaning in the meaningness of owning a Bitcoin reserve, because most of the stock market saw bigger drop on Friday than Bitcoin in the literally the biggest liquidation event in all of the crypto history, right? So that's why it makes zero sense from that side, from that viewpoint. And another one is that stablecoins are gaining traction and become widely adopted literally every single day, more and more, what completely removes any obstacles, any traction in between, let's say, people's money and the altcoin market, widely understood altcoin market. And meme coin generally, a whole of DeFi and whatever you could call an altcoin. Meme coins are actually also altcoins. So yeah, it makes literally zero sense. Fundamentally speaking, it makes zero sense for the cycle to end right here. It actually makes sense for it to start right here, especially for altcoins, because altcoins, they have not seen a bull market yet. With the exclusion of, I don't know, maybe like top 20, top 30, the rest of them, the market, and with the exclusion of like particular cases here and there, at least 75% of the altcoin market have not seen a bull market. 75, in my opinion, 75% of the altcoin market is still in a bear market. So that is why it makes perfect sense for their bull market to start right now, around this time. I mean, from fundamental standpoint, right? When we look at what is going on around the globe, around crypto, around those areas that matter for altcoins immensely. They matter for altcoins. So yeah. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, how that one is behaving today, because it also every once in a while it gives us a little bit of an indication what could possibly happen. So I see. First of all, I don't see my magic lines. Oh my god, all of them got removed. Okay, thank you, TradingView. Thank you very much. Again, all of them got removed. So yeah, on that occasion of the biggest liquidation event in the history, on Friday night, as you see, was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. As you see, we spiked up very aggressively. But yeah, market makers were shorting the altcoin market so heavily. It was like way exaggerated, way out of proportion. So that's the sole reason why it spiked up so much. It will have to give back all of this move, fundamentally speaking, and we will have to finally go for this local law. It seems like the process already started. I mean, it's not going as fast as I wish it was. But even here on smaller time frames, as you see, we are this we can interpret as a descending triangle, which is a bearish formation, of course. And given the overall context of events, given even the market structure, it strongly points to continuation of this downtrend. That's how I see it. Okay, guys, allow me to quickly check what's up with the live chat. If you guys have any questions, of course, ask me. And I will see it here or on my phone where I follow the X live chat. All right, so is this all? Is this everything that comes to my mind what I could be talking about today? Of course, don't forget to throw something at my meme coin. Again, this is a very early stage of this market. Just 61 market participants, nearly nothing. And as you may observe, my social media is growing here. I mean, left and right. So this is definitely still very low market price. So if you lost significant amount of money on Friday, this is your chance to recover it. Take it or ignore it. Okay, so but here we did not take a look at liquidation numbers. Let's see for last 24 hours. Yeah, it has come down, as you see, $142 million for Ethereum, 68 for Bitcoin. For a weekend, that's really solid, very solid. But on Friday, due to what happened on Friday, it's obvious that even on the weekends, I mean on the weekend days, Saturday, Sunday, it will remain somewhat elevated. I mean, it would be very weird if it dropped down to what used to be, I don't know, the prior weekend or even the one before. It would be very weird. So that's like perfectly fine. Yeah. Okay, let's go over to my X account, to my X profile, and let's see what the market, what the people is talking about today, what stories have come up. Massive, over 65, 605 silver, 650,000 South African stores now accept Bitcoin. Oh wow, that's a lot. If true, that's a lot. But the problem with that data, especially when you look at it on websites that's supposed to give you, accurate information about it. Later, when you go that place, they will tell you, "Oh no, we don't do that anymore." And I know what I'm saying because I visited many places like this. So it's usually it's seasonal. They some store will announce, "Oh yeah, we accept Bitcoin," and then after a while they will get bored of it, or whatever the benefits they felt uh, there was in it. It dissipates. It disappears when the bull market is over, and they remove that option. That's something that frequently happens. Coin Bureau breaking China calls Trump's 100% tariff move as a typical example of US double standards. Okay. Latest, Grayscale just filed a Form 10 for its BitSensor Trust Tau. Yeah, they keep filing for forms for different type of investment products constantly. So that's nothing new anymore. Coin Bureau, Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index drops to 24. Yeah, we've seen it. That was 2 hours ago. Whale unloads $45.9 million worth of Ethereum. Certain whales are cashing in on Ethereum. Yeah, that's why I always tell you guys not to copy trade whales because they lose money left and right. They lose money same as frequently as any other average Joe. Thank up October. This is a good one. This is a good one. The chick is coming out to meet her man. There is a Mercedes coming. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. And afterwards, it turns out that the guy was just riding the bike. It wasn't his car. That's so funny. What the heck has happened here? Breaking. Okay, this one. China, USA news we can skip. We will not see any additional addition. I mean, any valuable addition to the situation we already know. A rumor President Trump about to declare 0% tax on crypto created in the US. Yeah, we hear about it for like a year already. But to be honest, at some point, I believe it will happen. Rare signal. October has officially turned red for Bitcoin. If you've been waiting for a reset, this is it. Buy the dip, stay calm, stack sats. One we've seen already. Breaking Solana flips Ethereum and Binance in 24 hours. DEX volume reclaims number one spot. Yeah, it will stay that way. I mean, Solana is a behemoth. Gave them a dip and nobody thanks me. That's a good one. AVAX stablecoin MCAP added 400 million this month. Okay. Not much. A little bit of news here and there for certain circles of interest, and that's it. Certain groups of people, and that's it. Nothing major. So yeah, allow me guys to wrap it up right here, right now, and share, like, and subscribe, and of course, probably I will be live streaming sometime later today. If I mean, right now I do it. When I get the mood, I want to live stream as frequently as possible on this media. For now, mostly, the goal is to unlock those features on YouTube that I want to have unlocked, and hopefully I will get it. that's the point. It will definitely help me to grow my social media, and yeah, you of course can help me in achieving that too. If you like, share, like, and subscribe, or follow, so that will speed things up. And aside from it, of course, this is a time of high interest around crypto, so it's also very beneficial to put in a little bit of work. So yeah. Alright guys, once again, thank you for your time, and I see you sometime soon. Cheers.